You're not your emotions. Stoic strategies for emotional mastery. You are not angry. You are feeling anger. You are not anxious. You are experiencing anxiety. There's a difference, and that difference can save your life, because the moment you believe you are your emotions, they own you. But when you learn to observe them, name them, and release them, you become free. This is what the Stoics mastered, and what you're about to learn. Welcome back to Modern Stoic Mind, where we translate timeless wisdom into tools for modern living. Today we take on one of the most misunderstood truths of Stoic philosophy: emotional mastery. Not repression, not suppression, but command. Because in a world ruled by feelings, the Stoic learns to lead himself first. Every day, millions of people act, speak, and decide, not based on reason, but on emotion. They lash out in anger, they shut down in fear, they chase highs, escape lows, and react blindly to the waves inside them. They live not by design, but by impulse. But the Stoic sees through this. He understands. Emotions are weather, temporary, changing, sometimes violent, but never permanent. You are not the storm. You are the sky it passes through. Emotions are not the enemy. They are signals, information, messengers that something inside you or around you has changed. Anger says a boundary was crossed. Sadness reveals a sense of loss. Anxiety warns of uncertainty. But the Stoic does not blindly follow these signals. He investigates them. He listens without being led. He feels without being consumed. He responds, but does not react. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, it's our judgment about things." An emotion begins exactly there in judgment. The story you tell yourself about what just happened, the meaning you assign to a look, a word, a silence. The Stoic trains himself to pause between the event and the story. In that pause, there is power. The power to choose clarity over chaos. We've been taught to believe that expressing emotion is strength, but that's only true if expression follows understanding. Most people express emotion without understanding it. That's not strength, that's slavery. The Stoic says, feel it fully, name it clearly, then choose your action deliberately. This is emotional sovereignty. You are not a robot. You're human. You feel, but your feelings are not instructions. They're inputs. And your ability to separate what you feel from what you do is what defines your character. That's why Marcus Aurelius, in the middle of war, disease, and betrayal, could write with serenity. He trained himself to sit with the pain, to breathe through the fear, and to act from principle, not panic. You want power over emotion? Start with awareness. You cannot master what you will not name. Most people feel anger and become it. Feel fear and collapse into it. But the Stoic builds space. He says to himself, this is anger arising within me, not, I am angry. That small shift in language creates distance, and distance creates clarity. From that clarity comes the second step. Examination. Ask yourself, is this emotion useful? Is it true? Is it based on reality or assumption? Did I create it by expectation, by entitlement, by poor perception? The Stoic investigates the root, not just the reaction. Because when you understand the root, you stop watering the weed. Third, decide. Not based on the emotion, but on virtue. What is the right response? Not the easiest, not the loudest, but the most aligned with reason. That's what separates a Stoic from the crowd. He doesn't let emotions dictate his principles. He lets principles guide his emotions. Now, let's be clear. The Stoic does not suppress emotion. He transforms it. Anger becomes justice. Fear becomes preparation. Sadness becomes reflection. He alchemizes energy into virtue. He turns fire into fuel. Not by force, but by philosophy. In a world of outrage, offense, and reactivity, emotional mastery is rebellion. It is strength in silence. It is choosing to speak after thinking, not before. It is walking away without weakness, standing firm without ego, forgiving without forgetting who you are. You want emotional mastery? Then you must train daily. Practice awareness in small moments. When someone cuts you off in traffic, pause. When a text triggers you, pause. When envy rises, pause. Not to numb yourself, but to see yourself. To see the part of you reacting, and to say, I hear you, but I will decide who I become. You are not your first reaction. You are your chosen response. This is not easy. You will fail. You will explode. You will fall into old patterns. That's part of the training. The Stoic does not demand perfection. He demands progress. He uses each failure as data, as correction, as a reminder, the work is not finished. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Emotions are your adversity. They are the test. And every test is a chance to become stronger, calmer, wiser. So when the storm comes, and it will, remember, you are not the storm. You are the captain. You do not control the sea, but you control your ship, your thoughts, your breath, your choices. You may feel anxious, but you are not anxiety. You may feel angry, but you are not rage. You may feel low, but you are not broken. You are the awareness behind it all, and that awareness is your freedom. The world will push you, trigger you, tempt you to react. Let them. The Stoic trains in response, not reaction. In stillness, not suppression. In principle, not panic. He does not run from emotion. He rides it, like a disciplined warrior rides a wild horse. With presence, with power, with purpose. If you're tired of being ruled by your feelings, this is your path. Not to become cold, but clear. Not to reject emotion, but to master it. Because the calmest person in the room holds all the power. In the next episode, we break down Stoicism's most important principle, the dichotomy of control, what you can and cannot change. Subscribe, breathe, and remember. You are not your emotions. You are their master. If you choose to be.